大家好，欢迎你来到我的 YouTube 频道，我是普通犹太教教士。另外，如果是你把我师父杀掉，我一定要报仇啊！我们安息日吧。Our ancient sages inform us of 3 reasons for lighting Shabbos candles. Number 1, honor of Shabbos, just like lighting candles for a celebration. Number 2, enjoyment. It wasn't so long ago that people lived by candlelight. Having light for your Shabbos meal means that you can see what you're eating, and that makes it yummier. Number 3, pleasantness. Having a well-lit home to live comfortably and not bump into things. Now that you know why we're lighting, let's get to the nitty-gritty. The mitzvah of lighting Shabbos candles is incumbent upon every Jew. Nevertheless, the custom is that the woman of the home lights for the entire family. Why the woman, you ask? I was going to tell you. Please stop interrupting. The first woman in the world was Chava, whom you may know by her legal Goyish name, Eve. By partaking of the forbidden fruit and passing it to her husband, she introduced death to the world. The Torah refers to the soul of man as the candle of God. Since the matriarch of humanity was responsible for extinguishing the divine flame of the world, womankind is offered atonement by bringing that fire back, lighting candles for Shabbos. Even though the task of lighting is performed by women, the man of the home should share in the mitzvah by preparing the candles, even pre-lighting the wick to make it easier for the flame to catch when she lights it later. If you live alone, of course you will do this all by yourself. But don't worry, champ. You'll probably find someone. Statistically speaking, marriage rates are pretty low. But since when did you ever care about statistics? There are scenarios which are more complicated, like unmarried roommates, what to do when traveling, family members who are away from home, etc. If you have a question about your particular situation, send me an email at theaveragerabbi@torchweb.org. As I mentioned earlier, one of the reasons for lighting Shabbos candles is to enhance the meal experience. Therefore, it's ideal to set up the candles as close to the dining area as possible. At the very least, you should be able to see them from the table. Strictly speaking, you can fulfill the mitzvah by lighting only 1 candle for Shabbos. However, the custom is to light 2, corresponding to the 2 elements of Shabbos, to actively engage in it and to passively not break it. There is a prevalent custom for a mother to light an additional candle for each child in the family. But be careful. Once you start adding, you can't go back. Some light with oil, while others light wax or paraffin candles. Make sure that the candle has enough fuel to last well into the night, or at least for the duration of your evening meal. It could happen that the man, who was responsible for preparing the candles, used candles that were too short and burned out early. Most authorities agree it is best to avoid crying and telling him that he ruined Shabbos. The order of lighting and saying the blessings is different for women than it is for men. When a man lights, he should say the blessing and then light the candles. A woman, however, should first light and then say the blessing afterward. This seems to violate a general principle that all mitzvahs should be performed only after saying the appropriate blessing. The reason for this is that a woman accepts the onset of Shabbos with her recitation of the blessing. If she would make the blessing first, it would then be forbidden for her to handle fire, as she has just accepted the restrictions of Shabbos upon herself. Therefore, women have a custom to light the candles and then place their hands over their eyes until after reciting the blessing. If she only sees the light after saying the blessing, then it is as if the blessing preceded her mitzvah. Additionally, immediately after lighting, women have a custom of wafting the fire energy into her face or something, before covering her eyes for the blessing. No one seems to know why, but they all do it. A couple wafts is okay, but if you're doing this, stop it. That's enough. The whole point of covering your eyes is to not see the light until after the blessing, so at least just close your eyes. A man, on the other hand, accepts the holiness of Shabbos upon himself in the synagogue. Therefore, if he is lighting for himself, he may say the blessing first and then light, just like every other mitzvah. We love Shabbos so much, 24 hours just isn't enough. There is a special mitzvah to add a bit of Shabbos observance even before sundown. In most places in the world, the custom is to light Shabbos candles 18 minutes before sundown. Check exactly when sundown is in your area at myzmanim.com. When you look up sundown, there will also be a time listed as Plag HaMincha. That is the earliest time you can light. Under no circumstances should you light after sundown. It is not meaningful to light candles for the honor of Shabbos while desecrating it in the process. If Shabbos candles are important to you, then be careful to light on time. In a case of emergency, you may ask a non-Jew to light the candles for you, as long as the sky is not yet completely dark. In this case, you will not say a blessing. The performance of this mitzvah is quite special, and it is appropriate for women to pray for their children after completing it. It is said that one who is meticulous with this mitzvah will merit children who become great and wise scholars. It is also said that many Jews find their identity and live for their Judaism in the merit of the tears shed by mothers and grandmothers over Shabbos candles. What do you want for your children?